Aging is so weird. All of it's weird. And it especially sucked because a bunch of us grew up in the pandemic and the shutdown, or came to age in the shutdown. I feel bad for the kids that lost their fucking graduations and shit. I feel bad for the kids. Like, I feel bad for those children. But at the same time, it's like, okay, I went from like 19 to suddenly time jump to 21. And even then, it was a rough few years because of everything after COVID getting fucked up, from people's social skills to parties to prices to hygiene. Everything got fucked up. And then, even then, when I was finally getting my footing, you know what still was fucked up? How men treat women. Somehow that got rapidly worse because everyone just was like, I'm gonna stay inside and watch fucked up podcasts and Twitch streams and read red pill content instead of learning how to like make eye contact with a woman or sit up straight or like any basic male manners to have any luck ever. It's like, come on now. And you know what? And everything, just everything. And then trauma for men, which sucked like fucking hell. It's like, no offense, we could write off like the last few years and even most of this year is trauma for men. Men, I did not need that. In fact, fuck it. A little side note. I was reflecting on that today about how my relationship with that guy in 2024 wasn't even, or it wouldn't have been that bad had he just chose to simply not try to rape me and force me into sex with him. And like weird random tactics. He ruined what could have been a perfectly nice thing by just being an evil asshole. I'll put it this way, if you have a partner who's ovulating and you both have sex 10 times in one fucking night, and it's great, and then you try to go for an 11th knowing damn well you're exhausted, and she also is exhausted, but she's like, nah baby, I can't, I'm sorry. And then your response is to not only refuse to let her sleep or to refuse to just masturbate and handle it yourself, you try to keep her up all night and grope her, lick her, all sorts of disgusting vile things that I want to still kill this man over, until motherfucking like what, 10 in the morning the next day. And you started that bullshit at like 10 p.m. the night before, so 12 fucking hours of psychological torture. And fucking, anyway, I don't like that nigga. And that's why we don't see his name mentioned anymore. These niggas get on my nerves. And it's like, and so that was already traumatic. And that was one of the, it was like, I ended 2003 with an evil ass nigga. And I was like, I'm gonna start fresh and make friends. And you know what happened? 2024 got involved with an evil nigga. And then the same thing happened where, and then like the second half of the year was me going, okay, I'll try to expand my horizons in dating. And I did have some fun and have some luck, but I also had some terrible experiences that led to me being bedridden and depressed for ages, as well as a concussion. I keep forgetting that I literally had a concussion like what, the day before my birthday? That shit sucked. And I keep forgetting that is probably another aspect to worsening mental decline. Ah. Regardless, and then I went, I'm gonna have fun on Christmas. A nice little meaningless Christmas fling just to like have a little buddy that could give me orgasms and maybe some fun conversation. And then things will end on my terms, peacefully, without any stress. You know what that nigga did? The complete opposite of what I asked for. I didn't get the orgasms, yeah. I did have the fun conversations, yeah. But he also did a bunch of weird ass, fearful attachment type shit where it's like, nigga, like, why freaking out at bus stops and shit. And also, he tried to rape me. It's like, nigga, it's one of those. I think that man should be killed. I think that man should be killed. Because it's like, nigga, all you have to do was wait a few hours. And then guess what? You tried to rape me. And then it backfired because you couldn't get it up. And then that set a negative tone for all the rest of our sexual interactions. And like the hype to like, ooh, I'm going to have sex with a pretty attractive lady who's consenting. But no, you wanted to waste it on a drunk bitch who could hardly fucking move. God. Sorry, this was supposed to be not that intense of a topic. But whatever. Maybe I'll put a trigger warning in the video. But that really what it's like, nigga. All you had to do was wait a few fucking. That baffles me. The fact that that man, it's like we had a whole arrangement. It was like we were gonna go out to a nice classy dinner together, and we were gonna check out a comedy show late night, get some drinks in us, warm up to it before we eventually would have gone back to the bedroom and had, if we would have had not enough to get fucking wasted, but enough just to get a little bit turned up, ease certain moods, make the throat unlock, you know. And I would have been able to still consent, and I would have been sexy, and we could have had a great time, and I could have had his fucking 8.5 inches all up inside me. But no, niggas want to ruin a good thing. Oh my god. You know what? Fuck it. Do I want to change the topic of this video? Fuck it. Let's go. Niggas will complain about like things ending or me hating them when we break up, but it was their fault. Like the first ever guy I dated, he spent all of high school complaining, that I dumped him or whatever. And it's like, nigga, you were flirting with an ugly bitch directly next to me for like a whole month straight and purposely isolating me from your conversations. Do you know how it feels to be dating a dude and to see that he has multiple classes with a girl and he's like kikiing and snickering and leaning in close and whispering to her all sorts of jokes? But then that's the type of bitch where, like, she was hideous. She was like, if, like, she was like a weird, like, Latina version of Fiona from Shrek, but worse. It was like her hair was fucked up, her face was fucked up. It's like, I'll put it this way. In high school, I was on my American Psycho shit, where it's like, okay, I practice stretching and workouts on my own every day to enhance my flexibility and keep myself in shape. I gave myself nonstop hot oil massages to make sure that everything stayed perky, even though, of course, I was fucking 14. It was gonna be perky anyway. The shit wasn't even fully grown in yet, but you get what I mean. I made sure every single bit of my body had no dead skin, nothing in my pores. My face looked flawless. I looked flawless. Do you know how it feels to look like a young fucking Tyra Banks mixed with Halle Berry and have to feel annoyed because your fat, ugly boyfriend is flirting with the fat, ugly bitch who's sitting in between you, and then at the end of the class period, he looks your direction and his smile just drops as if he's being sent to the fucking gulag when it's really just, oh no, I have to, like, oh no, I had so much fun with my potential side piece that I have to go back to my hot girlfriend and kiss her. I remember I just dodged away from his kiss and left, and he got mad, and we went on a break, and then I dumped him, but it's like, yeah, he deserved to get dumped. You want to know why? Oh my god. Because, I'll put it this way, he was the type of nigga where it's like, you would ask him to eat your pussy and he would do it. But then I remember one specific time, instead of just saying, I don't think I want to go further, or I don't want to do more, or I don't want to do it, which is fine, because between me and him, I was the one who expected consent. You want to know what this nigga does? Instead of just saying, oh, my jaw's tired, or blah blah blah, you know what he does? He starts subtly hawking loogies in my pussy and then using his tongue to play with the loogies. Bitch, what the fuck are you do? Like, it's like, of course I was gonna fucking break up with you. Like, it's like, nigga, like, there was an incident that traumatized me for most of high school where he was the very first guy to ever sexually assault me. And it was very gray area, but it was still, it's like, okay, dude, yeah, you literally had a scrawny chick who weighs like 1/3 of your weight, and you were slapping her head against a wall and pinning her arms to a wall as you defiled her. Uh, that's not gonna make me the happiest fucking camper. I don't know what these dudes expect. It's like, oh no. It's like they only realize after what they lost. And then it's like, oh no, my hot, awesome, amazing girlfriend who loved me and was perfect in every way just left me. I want her back. And the tragic thing is, if I ever dated a dude and if he fucked me over, even if not sexually assault, just in general, and I went back, guess what? They'd be like, oh, phew, she's back. Huh, I don't have to grow or change as a person. Huh. I'm gonna start treating her like shit again. I don't value her. And then guess what? I leave, and then they start going, no, my girl, no, and they start whining. It's stupid. It's stupid. If it were up to me, these niggas would get assassinated personally, like immediately. I think they should remove them off the planet. I don't know. I'm not a very big fan of men, and it's funny because I'm waking up with a bit of a clogged nose. And then even worse, I got a sore throat last night. And you want to know how I got a sore throat? 5 minutes of talking to this man. There was this ex-coworker at my job who I didn't like back then, but it's been like almost 2 years. I saw him, we talked from a distance with fresh air around us outside, but the second I remember, I thought our conversation was over because we talked for a bit on one bus and as we waited for the next bus, and I put on my headphones and shit and sat in the far back of the bus. You want to know what this nigga did? He seeing me to put on my headphones and listen to my music for myself for like 7 minutes. This nigga straight up approaches me and he's like, alright, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and sit next to you so we could keep talking. And I think to myself, oh, fuck. But okay. And you know what? I'm okay with it. I can endure it until I realize that this man smells like mildew, tooth tartar, and earring backs. This nigga smells like 10 cans of expired Bounce That Ass. And it was sucked because we were close range now. He was sitting directly next to me. And he reminded me of why I hated him back then. Because back when we worked together, he was the type of asshole to, like, I'll put it this way: I had an easy job, but he would show up to my shift, and or like I would help release him, and he wouldn't just get the fuck up. So he'd linger for like 10 minutes trying to talk about random bullshit that I don't care about. And then next thing you know, it got worse, where it was like 30 minutes, or once 2 fucking hours. It got to the point where I had to talk to my manager, and I hated that bitch. I still do. I had to tell her. I was like, hey, is it possible you can tell him that I don't want to talk to? He's not harassing me or nothing, but what's a good professional way to say, I don't want to talk to you, I want to start my shift, please go home, because I'm not trying to get fired or have him hate me. Then like she had to basically tell him on my behalf, like, you're supposed to leave right after your shift, don't linger. Because the nigga, like I appreciate old people's ability to yap and stuff, like I do, but I'll put it this way: when it's 12 a.m. and I'm about to start a very, very long shift, I do not want an old man who stinks to yap to me for 2 hours on the history of German engineering and cars and Volkswagen. Just nigga, go home. So last night, seeing him again, and then it was like sitting on a bus with him, and he was yapping, hardly giving me room to have a single word to speak edgewise, and I think he fucking knew that too. He was just trying to talk over me when I tried to interrupt him. Like, he knew what he was doing. He would not shut the fuck up, and he was super close contact. Super close. So it's like, mind you, I'm just hearing, like, I'm getting all the nasty smell all up in my face. Mildew, tooth, like, it smells like he hadn't brushed his teeth all fucking year since when I fucking got fired from that job. Like, nigga, it was atrocious. And I, after 5 minutes of that, I just had to tell him, hey, man, sorry, like, I'm really tired, and it's been a long, exhausting day. Like, mind you, he saw my scrawny ass carrying a big ass bag full of shit. And like it's cold. It's like he saw I wasn't wearing a coat, and it was cold as fuck, humid as fuck, windy as fuck. And we just got on the bus, and also it was 12 a.m. when we had this conversation. I told him, I was like, listen, buddy, like, you're cool. I am happy to hear about how your life is doing, but it's really late right now, and I'm hardly keeping my eyes open. But I would love to catch up, just like over text. And he got a little frosty about that, and I said, like, I'm not saying I don't want to talk to you, because I was actually okay with him talking to me this time. I just said this is a conversation that I might like at like 12 p.m., not quite a.m., And this nigga still had the nerve to be like, well, it's not like I'm hitting on you or nothing, so, like, bitch, I didn't say you were, but the fact that you said that did remind me, like, oh yeah, you had a wife and you kept hitting on me back in the day. And it's like, anyway, I just had to, and then I said, I didn't say you were, I just said I'm tired. And he kept trying to yap. He tried like 3 more times to just keep fucking talking before I just eventually realized, oh, right, I don't work at that bougie job anymore. I can say this. And I just said, I don't want to talk to you, man. Like, I don't want to talk to you. What do you mean? Like, I don't want to. And then I moved seats. And I think he was still frosty about that, but it's like, it's like, I don't fucking care, because you don't fucking care. Men will always dodge accountability. Like, and that's why I no longer like men. Like, I don't. I don't. It's like, I was in such a good mood last night because I actually had a conversation with a woman for several hours. And we hung out, went to a comedy show. It was great. It was like life passed the Bechdel test. And we had so much in common. And I was like, wow, this is great. And I don't like her in the, like, romantic sense, but I do like her in the, oh, this is a conversation that, like, if it ends, I'll be okay, but I hope that it can happen again sometime soon way. And that's a blessing. And I was like, this feels great. It feels great to meet someone where I can have a good interaction with them. And like, wow, it's like I don't have to give up pussy or nothing. Or like have it taken from me. Yay! It felt good. And something about me having an amazing day with a woman and having my life finally pass the Bechdel test, just for it to be suddenly ruined at the end by a man, and then I'm sick the next day because 5 minutes of close interaction with a man who does not brush his teeth got me ill. Jesus. Anyway, yeah, niggas piss me off. I'm just saying. I like to say this. Niggas have to pray that my life is gonna get so good. Like, niggas have to pray that my life is going to be so unbelievably good. I'm talking modeling opportunities, award shows, high income cash, extremely loving, wealthy husband, all that. Because if it's not, I remember all of these bitches and what they did to me. I remember all their addresses, all their names, all that. And, like, I will fuck you up. Guaranteed. Some of these niggas, their punishment has simply been that I leave their life. Like the ex from 2024. Like, his punishment is that it's like, cool, you mean to tell me that you never have dated anyone for the past 7 years and were miserable and alone and friendless? And I came into your life and made it better in so many ways? And you decided to sexually abuse me and emotionally abuse me and physically threaten me? And just like, for what? Like, nigga, you got a gift from God and you sabotaged it. So cry all you want. But you fucked it up. Niggas need to stop fucking around and finding out. Because when they find out, they fucking fall to their knees and don't get up for the next 4 fucking years. Like, bitch, you had it coming. And then they want to go ahead and, like, text me fucking death threats or, like, ooh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you for ages. Because it's like, yeah, you fucked up. So now I'm single and now I get to fuck dudes with bigger dicks, nicer personalities, and much more money. Like, you were lucky in the first place and you squandered the luck. You took advantage of it. You took advantage of me. So fuck you. I'm just saying. Even my ex, Liam, I'll just say it. Like, this nigga dodges accountability, but he's finally reaching the point, at least kind of, where he's getting it together a bit. Because recently, let's just say he was like, oh no, I spent too much money on, like, babe hoodies and stuff on Afterpay, and it's eating into my rents and bills and blah, blah, blah. Like, he basically was gonna like bored, like it's like, oh shit, like he was in this position where it's like, okay, financially struggling and suffering from something that you caused yourself. It's like, so now he has to nip it in the bud of like, okay, what do I need to do to get my life together? And I'm gonna say it, after 3 almost 4 years of knowing this man, it's very pathetic how he hasn't changed a bit. If anything, he's worsened. And it's just like, I'll put it this way, like, he acted like a victim when we broke up too, and it's like, nigga, no one said that you, like, you were trying to not brush your teeth for 5 days in a row, and then, like, getting mad at me because I didn't want to kiss you. Like, angry. You had it coming. And to this day, it'll still be moments where I'll show up, and then he'll be like, oh, no, I didn't use peroxide today. You know what happens? Cool, you don't have the right to kiss me. That's how it works. Because if every time I kiss you, it tastes like fucking mustard gas, then you're not getting, I'm gonna just, yeah, I'd rather just kiss niggas who aren't you. Thank you. Like, I remember his brother fucking stared at my chest super brazen, like super obviously and brazenly. Like, imagine you're talking to a nigga and then he just out of nowhere goes, yeah, 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 yeah. And then just walks off after the longest stare directly at your titties ever, not even trying to hide it. Fucking disgusting. His brother Julian needs to be killed. I'm just saying. I would like that man put down like a dog. He also reeks of dingleberries. Somehow he has a girlfriend. I hope she gets her self-esteem up eventually. You know, it's a lesson for every lady. Sometimes you gotta go through it. But holy shit. I'm just saying. It's like, I remember I told Liam about it, and Liam, I remember he just tried to make an excuse of what I was wearing, and it's like, oh, a maxi dress? Like, I'll put it this way. If a man glances real quick, I'm not judging. It's like, but if you're just like staring at it for like 3 to 6 seconds straight, I have the right to be like, you have officially creeped me out. And it wasn't his first time doing it. And I don't know, I'm just saying, it's like, okay, you want to be the guy who's unimpressive and gets scared easily by crackheads, but will do dumb. Liam's not smart as a man. He's the type of man that won't check if a gate is locked or unlocked or not before he insults a crackhead. And it's like, and the crackhead almost attacked him and he wanted to act shocked. It's like, yeah, nigga, why would you insult a crackhead while in close range where they can get you? Like, what a dumbass. But you know, he's so fucking stupid. Like, he's my buddy, but I can still like, you know, you can like, you know, you can have a dog or a cat or a baby and love it, but still just be like, you are not the smartest thing ever, and I still appreciate you, but holy fucking shit. I'm just saying, he has growth to do as a person, and he's been on his journey. Even his family knows it. He's been on a journey for ages where it's like he wants to grow in his life but refuses. So it's like, okay, and eventually, even recently, he's been like, oh, I do want to work out and gain more muscle and stuff. It's like, nigga, you live, like, your apartment is directly next to your apartment building's home gym. At any time you can start. You work at a grocery store. You can protein max whenever you want. You just have to stop eating nonstop pesto pastas and the occasional chicken sandwich. You're gonna have to eat, like, actually try. I don't know, like Jesus. I'm just saying, it's like all this time he's had over the last few years. Like, I've changed and grown a lot in good ways and in some other ways not quite as much as I'd like to, or at least not in the positive ways you'd expect. But guess what? I still fucking try. It's like, okay, let me get this straight. Like, I had a million different personality growths and changes over these last few years to enhance myself, and you stuck to macaroni and cheese and video games and not being able to make eye contact or sit up straight. He still doesn't. Nigga, you're 27. Ew. I'm just saying, it's like, he's a pathetic man. But I remember that even before, like, once I was trying to bond with him. We were at his house, and I just thought to myself, I should bond with Liam. I was like, hey, Liam, I was drafting a list of stuff that might want to do someday on my bucket list, like super big and super small. Like, small stuff, like, like, try to buy chocolate, and big stuff like, go to the racetrack sometime, or go paddle boating, or visit Costa Rica someday. Out of curiosity, is there anything that you've ever wanted to do or try? And then this nigga, instead of just, like, he lashed out at me. And he just was like, baby, I don't want to think about that right now. And the little whiny bitch voice that he does it's like, don't do that voice around me. It makes me want to fight. I don't fight Liam, though, once he got close, but that's a long story. And then eventually, next thing you know, he just was fully hella angry at me. And he's like, well, what? I don't want to talk about something super big like that right now. What if I just don't? And I said, I just was trying to bond with you. That's all. And then he started like, well, what if I just don't have anything to look forward to? What if I just don't want to do anything? So da 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 da. And he was hella irate. And I forget how it went, but I think I started crying. And the rest of the evening was sour. It only narrowly made itself back up because he gave me food and we watched like a show I wanted to watch. But even then, I'll put it this way, it kind of cemented in my mind that it's like, this is a man who, there's a barrier between, like, I don't know, shouldn't after 3 years we should be closer, not farther apart? I'm just saying. And then guess what? Then he wants to complain that it's like, oh, why doesn't she want to come out anymore? Why doesn't she want to come to my house unless I can explicitly outline what games we will play, what food we will eat, and what activities we will do? Because she's fucking bored of you, nigga. You don't have a hobby. You don't have... Like, I would ask him his opinion on any single thing, and he'd say, oh, I don't know, or I don't want to think about that. Or I'd say something good or bad that happened in my life, or any sort of big news, and he would just stare quietly and just go, or ignore what I said. It's like, yeah, you can't complain that I'm going to go on dates with other people who aren't you, who are like music producers or comedy show comedians, or like fucking anything else, because it's like, you don't want someone who's just going to be some dude in a room with mac and cheese and games. It's like, I want a dude who's more than a fallback. I want a dude who's actually like the main occasion. Anyway, but and knowing him, for all I know, it might take another entire fucking year before you actually see him even have a consistent routine for brushing his teeth. And I'm just saying, like, it's been like hell. That's how I met Mitchell from last winter. He just like, Liam was dropping the ball, Mitchell picked it up. I'm just saying. And it's like, I'm just saying. Well, this was a surprising topic for the day. Oh well, bye.